Welcome everybody to Intensity Broadcasting. My name is Josh Hall. This is the INSS H2O Well Drilling Street Stock League. My name is Josh Hall, and I do apologize for a little bit of a late start. System had a crash right as I was loading in, and I do apologize for that. We got our grid right now getting ready to roll off. Caden Fisher on the pole, Brandon Mayer to the outside, Stephen Rockford, Juan Marshall in row number 2, Sean Fleury, Jake Rout in row 3, Mike Young, Chris Finchy, and Logan Power make up the grid for our first race here, heat race here tonight. And I do apologize for a little bit of a late start, but we were getting things underway now. Just getting the timing and scoring up on the screen, so bear with me just a moment while we get that going on here. Kane Fisher's going to lead them down to the green flag, which is in the air, and we are racing here in our first heat race here tonight. Great jump for Brad Mayer up on the high side, though, as he's able to pull side by side with Kane Fisher down to turn number 1, but Fisher is going to easily get the lead with Stephen Rockford trying to follow him through. He's in the inside of Brandon Mayer as they go down the backstretch for the first time. Down into turns 3 and 4. And Kane Fisher's going to lead the first lap with Brandon Mayer tucking back into second, but he's got Rockford fighting hard on the outside here, trying to take that second spot away. Battle's heating up a little further back as we see Logan Powers down to the inside of Jake Grout down into turns 3 and 4. He's going to take that position away as Sean Fleury now trying to look up to the high side of Brandon Mayer. Now Steve Rockford trying to get the lead away from Fisher here down into turn number 3. Battle for the lead now starting to heat up as Rockford takes a look down to the inside. He's going to take that position away. A little loose for Fisher off the corner. He's able to hold on to it. Now here comes Brandon Mayer down to the bottom, trying to force it 3 wide as they come off of turn number 4. White flag is in the air, 1 lap to go. Brandon Mayer take a look down to the inside. Fisher up on the high side, Rockford in the middle as they continue to battle here for the top spot. Sean Fleury right there behind as well. Logan Powers sitting back in the 5th spot. Here comes Mayer with another shot down to the bottom. But off of turn number 4, Stephen Rockford's got the position as they come down to the stripe. Who's it going to be? Stephen Rockford with the win of the heat. Caden Fisher coming home 2nd. Sean Fleury in the 3rd spot. As we get ready to take a look, or get ready for our 2nd heat race. This one's going to see Mark Baldwin up on the pole, Justin Prescott in 2nd, Shane O'Neill, Ty Delphia, Scott Rockford, your top 5. Jacob Roy in 6th, Peter Fisher, Todd Ruda, and Ethan Tyrell rounding out the field for our 2nd heat race tonight. Green flag is in the air as we get rolling here in our 2nd heat race, and a great start for Mark Baldwin right on that low side. Justin Prescott trying to battle up on the high side as they make their way down into turns 1 and 2 for the first time. My screen had a little flip there, and I apologize for that. Down off of turn number 4 for the first time, and Justin Prescott's going to lead the first lap here. And Baldwin's going to take over the top spot. There we go. Now we've got the time and scoring working the way we want it to. As we have just 4 laps to go here in the heat race. They are 3 wide. Mark Baldwin up on the high side. Peter Fisher in the middle. Down on the bottom is Scott Rockford in the 77. And just in front, there's a battle heating up for the lead as Ty Delphia looking down to the inside with Shane O'Neill to his outside. And the 44 of Justin Prescott still out in front. Down across stripe, just 2 laps to go here in the heat race. Baldwin up on the high side. 77 of Rockford down on the bottom, trying to take that 4th spot away. They make their way down the backstretch and into turns 3 and 4. Coming to the white flag this time by. Final lap as Justin Prescott out in front of Ty Delphia, and Shane O'Neill trying to take over that 3rd spot as Baldwin and Rockford continue to battle side by side in the back. Off of turn number 4, Ty Delphia taking a look down to the bottom, but it's going to be Justin Prescott getting the win here in our 2nd race. Oh, a little incident there after the checkered flag as we're going to get our warm-up underway. 5 minutes of practice for these boys. Let's take a look at the points coming into tonight. Sean Fleury up at the top of the board. Stephen Rockford sits back in 2nd. Jason Pelkey Mark Baldwin and Shane O'Neill, your top 5. And Justin Prescott, 6. Caden Fisher working his way up through the field after, or through the points here after the win last week. He is in 7th. Mike Young, Ty Delphia, and Jake Rout make up your top 10. Again, as we get practice underway here, our final warm-up. First, we want to thank all of our great partners here in the INSS, including H2O Well Drilling and Til Dark Roofing. Both their phone numbers can be found down in the description below. A big wiggle out of Baldwin there as they come off of turn number 2. You see, it's a slick track for these boys tonight. They're slip sliding all over the place, and they've been all season long. It seems like that's what these cars have been doing, sliding around a lot. There's been some great racing, some exciting racing throughout the season, and we look forward to seeing more of that here tonight as we are coming down towards the end of the season. Just a couple races to go tonight. We are in Iowa. Next week, we're going to move over to Southern National and then finish out the season at Nashville Fairgrounds. So again, just a few races left here in the season. Again, Caden Fisher did win last week, so he will have to start at the rear of the field here tonight. Currently, your fastest car on the track is the 14 of Chris Fincini. His fastest lap of the session has been a 27:03. Mike Young with a 27:06 and Brandon Mayer with a 27:09. And this is a little bit of a larger track than what these guys have been running, so we'll actually see a little bit of drafting come into play here tonight as well. So look for these guys to almost run this like a super speedway. So we ride along here with Chris Fincini. Oh, he's coming down on the pit road, so we'll ride along here with Mark Baldwin. And a pretty unique track too. Here at Iowa, there's a lot of bumps. There's a lot of character to this track. So watch for that here tonight as we take a look at our starting lineup. And Justin Prescott, or Steve Rockford, will be on the pole. Justin Prescott to the outside. Caden Fisher and Ty Delphia will make up row number 2. Sean Fleury, Shane O'Neill back in row 3. And Logan Powers and Scott Rockford. Brandon Mayer and Mark Baldwin back in row 4. And then Logan Powers and Scott Rockford round out your top 10. 11th will be Jake Rout with Ethan Tyrell starting from the 12th position. 13th, we will find... My timing scoring doesn't want to move on. So Mike Young in the 13th position. Peter Fisher in the 14th position. Juan Marshall back in 15th. Jacob Roy in 16th. Chris Fincini in 17th. And Todd Ruda will round out the field here tonight. As we get ready to go racing. Again, Stephen Rockford on the pole here. He will be starting on the low side. As pace car gets ready to take that hard left-hand turn down onto pit road. Green flag is in the air. We are racing here at Iowa, and already good run for the 66 down on the low side as Justin Prescott trying to make something happen up on the high side. We've already seen in the heat racing and the warm-up that low lane is where you want to be as the field makes their way down the backstretch for the first time. And one car around, that's Chris Fincini. He's down into the inside wall. single car incident, so no caution. As Justin Prescott's trying to get the lead up on the high side, as they come across the line for the first time, and Justin Prescott will lead the first lap. 3 wide racing right behind. Sean Fleury in the middle. Til Delphi up on the high side. Brandon Mayer down on the bottom. As they go down into turn number 3. Oh, he's going to have to check up just a little bit. That's going to allow Mayer and Mayer and Delphia to battle side by side. And Stephen Rockford trying to fight back for the lead down on that low side. And as I was mentioned before, there's a lot of character in this track. There's some big bumps, especially up on the high side entering turn number 1. So watch for the bumps to really upset these cars, bounce them around and send them up the track or even into each other. So that's going to be something that these drivers are going to be battling with all night long. Now we're starting to see that draft come into play just a little bit as the 33 of Brandon Mayer pulls right up on the back bumper of Stephen Rockford, trying to get him moving forward. Much like you'd see at a super speedway, we are 2 by 2 by 2 all the way through the field. Caden Fisher trying to work his way through the field, currently running in the 14th position. As we have a 3-wide battle for the lead, as here comes the 33 of Brandon Mayer down on the inside. He's going to force his way down there. Rockford's going to jump up to the high side up in front of Til Delphia. And here comes the 31 of Sean Fleury up into the mix. Logan Powers right behind as well in that 99 machine. Down off of turn number 2, Brandon Mayer trying to use that low side to his advantage to get out in front of Justin Prescott. Right now the high lane is showing the strength as they make their way down through turns 3 and 4, and we are coming to lap number 7 of 40 here at Iowa. Coming off of turn number 4, nice and clean racing so far. As the field continues to run double file all the way through the field for the most part. Oh, one car. That's the Pete Fisher car up into the wall, battling side by side with Caden Fisher. And Caden almost gets into Pete there. If they continue to battle side by side down the backstretch. So Caden trying to do everything he can to get himself back up towards the front, but right now he is struggling to move that car forward with all the traffic in front of him. As this field continues to run double file with Justin Prescott and Brandon Mayer battling for that top spot. Neither driver's really been able to get much of an advantage so far. A couple drivers have lost the pack in a sense, since drafting is kind of important here tonight. That's Juan Marshall and Todd Ruda, which are way back in the pack running side by side. They could be running single file trying to get back up to the pack here. It looks like they are trying to battle it out for that final spot as Brandon Mayer continues to lead down on the low side, although Justin Prescott just noses ahead there down into turn number 1. Stephen Rockford, Steve Fleury back in the second row as they continue this door-to-door battle side by side. It's like running down the highway at 120 miles an hour. Right along here with Shane O'Neill, see exactly what he sees, and there's not much to see. It's just two lines of traffic. Again, like you see at Daytona or Talladega, you're seeing it here at Iowa with the straight stocks, as neither lane has really been able to show any energy or move themselves forward. Ooh, a little wiggle out of the 31 of Fleury. He got a little sideways there. Might have had a little bit of help from the 99. We see the 49 of Jake Rout right there on the back bumper of Logan Powers. A little connection issue for Shane O'Neill up on the high side. Doesn't look like it's going to mess any drivers up as they come down through turns 1 and 2. And next time by, we'll have just 25 laps to go. Other than Chris Fancini, everybody's been pretty much give and take all race long. We did see a little bit of three-wide race in there at the front for a moment, but now everybody's kind of settling back in line. But that doesn't mean that things aren't going to get wild in the next 15 or 20 laps as the laps start to wind down here at Iowa. Caden Fisher still stuck back here behind Ethan Tyrell. Neither driver's been really able to move forward. Fisher looks like he's getting a little frustrated, just kind of riding in the back here. He wants to move his way up towards the front to battle for the win. As our leaders are still door to door now. A little bit of space opening up there. Brady Mayer jumping down to the low side. And that can be an issue because that can open up that middle lane, that door for Sean Fleury to try to shove that car in there and try to make it 3 wide for the lead. A little side draft, a little door banging between Jake Rout and Shane O'Neill as they come down across the stripe. So far, we're seeing a lot of give and take out there tonight. As the field comes off of turn number 4. Next time by, we'll have just 21 laps to go. Over in the chat on Facebook, Michael Leach says, "Let's go Logan, let's go Sean." As both drivers are trying to work their way up towards the front as we have just 20 laps to go, halfway through the race. Justin Prescott and Brandon Mayer continue to run side by side for the lead. Ty Delphia came down a little bit onto the 99 of Logan Power. See if he could use a little side draft, almost it looked like. Maybe try to force in there 3 wide between Rockford and Fleury. But now he finds himself tucked back in line. Caden Fisher still back here, not really making much progress. He's gotten around 71 of Peter Fisher as he continues to try to work his way through the field, but just not able to have the opportunity to make the moves. Now he's going to run up onto the back bumper of the 23 and the 77. That's Ethan Tyrell and Scott Rockford. Looks like the 44 of Justin Prescott has finally cleared the 33 of Mayer. But now Mayer, ooh, Prescott has a little connection issue there. So Mayer now down on the low side. Maybe his tire's starting to give up just a little bit as he's starting to lose a little bit of ground to the 44 of Prescott. Sean Fleury right there on the back bumper, trying to push along that 33 machine. As now here comes Mayer back down to the inside of Justin Prescott as they come down the backstretch. Ooh, big wiggle out of the 33 of Mayer. Starting to see a little bit of movement here in the back of the field. So we have some 3-wide racing in the back. Caden Fisher to the middle. Now he's going to tuck back in line. He was trying to get a 2-for-1, trying to make some moves here in the late runnings of the races. We have just 15 laps to go. Fisher up to the high side of Ethan Tyrell, trying to take away that 12th spot. Again, the handicap for him having to start the race in the rear after winning last week. He's trying to move himself back up through the field to put himself in contention here tonight. Brandon Mayer has now gotten back to the inside of Justin Prescott as they come off of turn number 4. To 13 laps to go. See, Sean Fleury thought about making it 3-wide for a second, but just did not have the momentum to push his car in there. That's what it's all about, is the momentum, keeping that car wound up, trying to find a way around the other drivers, see if they can make a mistake or maybe push them out of position to get yourself in a position to take the position away. There we go. We see it right there. Til Dark tried forcing it 3-wide in the middle. Made a little contact with Logan Powers. Just was not able to make that stick. As we see the 66 of Stephen Rockford starting to push up the track just a little bit. When we cross the stripe this time, we'll have just 10 laps to go. Justin Prescott continuing to lead over Brandon Mayer, and Brandon Mayer is trying to roll back a little bit, trying to get a little help here from Sean Fleury to make another run at it here. And Caden Fisher has fallen all the way back into the 13th position, who was just battling a few laps ago. Now he finds himself struggling to keep up with the pack here. He's trying to run back down Pete Fisher. As now Stephen Rockford thought about shoving it in there 3-wide, and he's going to push it in there 3-wide down the backstretch. They are 3-wide for lead contact between Rockford and Mayer as they come down into turn number 4. Rockford was tired of riding in line. With 9 laps to go, he said it's go time. He's trying to make something happen here and see if he's going to try to force it in there yet again this time. Here they come through turns 1 and 2 and 3-wide racing. Some contact. Fleury out of shape as well as there. 3-wide going down into turn number 3. Oh, Rockford makes some contact there with the 44 Prescott. Prescott's able to hold on to it down across the stripe there. Still 3-wide for the lead with 7 laps to go. Rockford again, some more contact between himself and Prescott. Prescott knows he's got to get down away from those bumps. Here comes Til Dark up on the high side. Now he's 3-wide with Fleury and Rockford down in the turn number 3. Rockford trying to get back to the throttle. 12 tires right there, using all the grip they can, those 3 cars, as they are side by side down into turn number 1. Rockford wants that middle lane to work for him. Now he's going to slide back up in line in front of Philadelphia. Here comes Sean Fleury down to the low side, trying to put himself in a position here as we are coming to 5 laps to go. Here comes Rockford trying to shove it back in there. 3 wide yet again. More contact between himself and Prescott and Mayer. Here comes Sean Fleury. More contact. Oh, they get turned. Mayer and Rockford, Prescott, Mayer, all 3 of them into the wall with tight racing, and that's going to bring up our first wreckage rewind of the night. We can see from the iRacing blimp here just how tight the 3 wide racing is. A little bit of a squeeze there by the 44 of Prescott. And nothing much that Rockford can do. He right rears the 33 of Mayer up into Prescott. And all 3 cars make their way up into the outside wall. What a barely, the 77 just barely sneaking through there. That's Scott Rockford, just barely able to sneak through there. And yeah, just 3-car incident. All 3 drivers making their way down on the pit road, trying to get their damage fixed. Along with, you see Chris Vancini on pit road as well. I believe we saw him tow just before this incident took place. So that's going to give the lead to Sean Fleury. In the chat, Mike Betts says, yeah, this is good. Like I said, yep, I spoke too soon. Unfortunately, it was a lot of great racing there up until the contact between those 3 drivers. And Mike Leach cheering on Sean and Logan, who are going to be lined up here on the low side for this restart. As the lights on the pace car are off, and we're going to go 1 more lap before we go green flag racing. Again, we want to thank our great partners here tonight. H2O Well Drilling out of Milton, Vermont, and Til Dark Roofing. Both their phone numbers are located down in the description. So if you're in the Vermont area and looking for well drilling or roofing, you can check those out down below. Also want to thank our great partners over here at Intensity Broadcasting, including Race EPI. For all your iRacing setups and coaching needs, visit raceepi.com. IntensityBroadcasting.com for all your hats, t-shirts, coffee mugs, novelty t-shirts. We've got you covered over at IntensityBroadcasting.com. And of course, our great partner over at the Butt Kicker. Pace car pulling down on the pit road. Sean Fleury hits the gas. We are back. Green flag racing. Logan Power trying to make a move down to the inside of Philadelphia as they come down into turn number 1. And Power's going to have the position down into the corner. You see the 44 of Prescott just coming off pit road. As Philadelphia now crosses over the 99 of Powers, we have just 3 laps to go. And Prescott is still being scored on the lead lap, back in the 14th position. We see the field making their way by the 33 of Brandon Mayer, going 1 lap down. Coming to 2 laps to go, and Prescott. Sorry, that wasn't Prescott. That was making his way back through the field. We see the 49 of Jake Rout making some moves down on the low side with just a few laps to go, up into the 7th position. But up front, Sean Fleury, Logan Powers, and Ty Delphia. Ty Delphia down to the inside now, trying to take that position away as we are going H2O well drilling final lap here at Iowa. Fleury out with a commanding lead right now. Ty Delphia trying to take away that second spot from Logan Powers. Powers, though, fighting back hard on the high side. Shane O'Neill right there in the mix as well, as they come down into turns 3 and 4, and Sean Fleury is going to get the win here tonight at Iowa. Coming home in second, it's going to be Ty Delphia. Logan Powers brings it home in third, and Shane O'Neill fighting for that final spot. He brings it home in fourth. Mark Baldwin, another great points day for the 91 machine, as he comes home in the 5th position. But Sean Fleury, your winner here tonight at Iowa Speedway. It's a little congratulatory bump from his teammate Logan Powers. Well, they'll make their way right down onto the front stretch. And 31 will celebrate with some donuts here on the front stretch. As we get ready to take a look at the results. And your winner here tonight, Sean Fleury. Ty Delphia brings it home in second. Logan Powers in the 3rd spot. Shane O'Neill and Mark Baldwin, your top 5. Scott Rockford brings it home in 6th. Jake Grout in the 7th position. Caden Fisher in 8th. Peter Fisher in 9th. And Ethan Tyrell brings it home in the 10th spot. Mike Young in the 11th spot. Stephen Rockford back in 12th. Jacob Roy in 13th. Justin Prescott and Todd Ruda back in 15th. Then Juan Marshall, Brandon Mayer, and Chris Fancini rounding out the field here tonight at Iowa. As we get ready to talk to our top 3, starting with our 3rd place finisher, and that is the 99 of Logan Powers. Logan, you got Josh up in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, I got you.
Man, great run for you here tonight. Seemed like a bit of a super speedway. A lot of 2-wide racing through the field. Everybody just kind of side by side, nowheres to go. And then the contact happened in front of you, kind of split the field up a little bit, setting up a late race restart. Were you kind of saving the tires a little bit? I saw the cars were sliding around quite a bit out there. Did that have anything to play there at the end?
Yeah, I think everybody was kind of riding. Honestly, kind of a short race. I was thinking it'd be more of a longer distance race, but probably could have been like 50 laps and been okay. But no, I think everybody was just, in the draft and trying not to do anything too crazy. I think we all kind of understood that it was hard to pass. So you definitely didn't want to wreck. It'd definitely be tough to get back up there. So trying to kind of ride on the bottom there for the longest time. And then things kind of got hectic with the top 3 and was just lucky enough to slip through on the bottom.
Yeah, it was kind of wild there at the end. And as I mentioned, it kind of seemed like a bit of a super speedway in the drafting. Did you and Sean have something working out there for the end to try to maybe draft yourself up to the front there and make something happen?
Well, we both started on the bottom. I didn't really have any contact with him, like vocally. So I just, I stuck with it, and Ty crossed me over actually and got on my inside, which I kind of thought I wanted to be on the inside. I tried to let it hang out on the outside, but I think honestly in the corners, it was hurting me not being behind someone. It gave me almost like a big push. I don't know if the tires were just shot at that point or if it was something aerodynamically, but I couldn't get the car turned quite as well as I wanted to. Of course, I had been running the bottom the whole race, so it was just a little bit different of an element that I wasn't, I guess, expecting. But no, Ty crossed me up, and we raced back to the line side by side for second. We kind of couldn't get away from each other, and we kind of were hurting each other from getting up to Sean and racing him for the win. But no, that was a blast.
Yeah, it looked like a lot of fun out there. Some great racing there throughout the pack. And before we let you go, Logan, anyone you want to thank, any shots you got to give here tonight?
Yeah, I just got to thank our title sponsors, H2O Well Drilling. Really appreciate Rob and Julie, spending the time and money for this series. as well as Til Dark Roofing, Chris Facini. I appreciate, just everybody that's tuned in throughout the season. It's been a really good season and, a really good turnout for almost the whole year. So it's been a lot of fun. And I think we got 2 more races to go. And we're, appreciative of you guys for broadcasting it. But other than that, just thanks everybody for watching.
Awesome, man. I see, looks like Ty Delphia sitting down in the waiting room. I don't know if you can pull him up into the broadcast booth for his interview here. And we got our second place finisher, Ty Delphia. But before we get to him, we just want to congratulate Logan one more time on your podium here tonight, and good luck the rest of the way out.
Thank you.
Ty, we got Josh up in the booth. You got me?
I got you.
Man, we were just talking about that great battle you had there with Logan at the end. It looks like tires were starting to wear out a little bit. People were slipping and sliding. You were able to cross him over and get that second spot there. Talk us through the last couple laps, including the big wreck that you saw happen right in front of you.
I just was trying to follow the guy in front of me most of the race, to stay in his draft and hopefully just not push my car enough so I could have some tires at the end of the race. And I kind of saw that wreck happening a couple laps before it happened, so I wanted to keep my distance. And then Steve went on the inside, took him 3 wide. I don't know what kind of happened, but they got together and kind of opened the door for me, Sean, and Logan, and even possibly Shane behind us. So it made for a good ending of the race with that restart.
For sure. And we did see you early in the race trying to make a little bit of a 3 wide move, kind of like what we saw there. It just didn't work out for you too much. Was that something you were practicing early in the race, or trying to get going early in the race to see if it would be there at the end?
No, not at all. I didn't want to go 3 wide. I don't know what happened. I don't remember exactly what happened, but I do remember going 3 wide. But that's not something that I practiced at all. I didn't want to get involved with that. It's just going to end bad.
For sure. Well, a great job coming home P2 here tonight. Nice solid finish. Good points tonight for you as well. Before we let you go, anyone want to thank, any shout outs you got to give here tonight?
I want to thank Logan for doing the league. It's a lot of fun. I think this was our best race this year, this season. It's been a lot of fun, and our sponsors, H2O Drilling. Thanks a lot for supporting us and letting us do this. It's a lot of fun.
Awesome, man. Well, again, congratulations on the second place finish, and good luck for the final 2 races of the season.
Thank you very much.
That was your second place finisher, Ty Delphia. Let's bring in your winner here tonight, the 31 of Sean Fleury. Sean, you got Josh up in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, you can hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear. Great run for you here tonight. That you had a front row seat for that whole thing that happened right in front there, and that was what gave you the win here tonight. But before that, you had a pretty good run going yourself. Looked like you were using that low lane to your advantage. It seemed like the low lane really had the advantage through the corners, but the high lane was able to get the run off the corner. Being that it was almost like a super speedway, was the drafting kind of the big thing here tonight? And is there anything you were trying to set up there for that final run if those guys didn't wreck?
Yeah, definitely drafting helped. Just keep you up with the pack. I was trying not to burn my tires off, and I was rolling out early, but it seemed like they would just freight train me on the outside, and I honestly thought I was maybe in the wrong lane. I was really struggling to keep it, pinched down, not to get into anybody, just keep it clean. And I saw those guys in front of me, lap after lap, and I thought, I'm just going to stay low. If something happens, they're probably going to go up the track, and that's exactly what happened. And it must be Prescott got some damage in the deal, but it worked out for me.
For sure, and that just kind of shows situational awareness. You see those guys starting to push like that, especially coming down to the end. It's kind of the golden opportunity that you were looking for. But did that kind of keep you unaware? Did you kind of see that happening for a few laps, or did it kind of just surprise you out of the blue?
No, I could see it happening. When they said 10 to go, the door slapping started, and I was like, oh boy, this is going to be bad. And I was just trying to hold my line, give guys room. I heard 3 wide a couple times, and you just try to hold your line and keep it straight and hope you don't get taken out by someone else.
For sure. Well, again, great win for you here tonight. It's going to be a good points night for you here tonight as we move on to, I believe, Southern National next week. Before we let you go, though, anyone you want to thank? Any shout outs you got to give here tonight?
Yeah, thanks to Logan putting this on. It's a lot of fun. I really didn't think I was ever going to win one of these. These guys are really good. Thanks H2O Well Drilling, Til Dark Roofing. Thank you to you for covering the race. it's pretty cool. People can sit in their living rooms and watch this and have a little fun in the off season.
For sure. And you guys had a couple shout outs here, both you and Logan. Mike Leach was cheering both you guys on here tonight. So, again, congrats on the win and good luck the rest of the season out.
All right, thanks.
Well, there you have it. Your winner here tonight, Sean Fleury, getting the win in dramatic fashion as the race there at the end got a little wild. Again, we want to thank everybody for joining us here tonight, whether you're watching on Facebook, on YouTube, or on Twitch. We do appreciate you joining us here tonight. Of course, don't forget to check out our great partners down below. You can find H2O Well Drilling and Til Dark Roofing down below in the description, as well as EPI Racing for all your iRacing setups and coaching. Visit raceepi.com. IntensityBroadcasting.com for all your hats, t-shirts, coffee mugs, all Intensity gear. Check us out, IntensityBroadcasting.com. And, of course, our great partner, the Butt Kicker. Of course, Butt Kicker is an established and well-known gaming haptic system. The award-winning line of Butt Kicker products reproduces immersive and accurate low-frequency sounds. They let you feel what's going on in the car by reproducing gear shifts, engine rumble, etc. So to figure out which Butt Kicker product might be right for you, check out thebuttkicker.com. Of course, I want to thank everybody again for joining us here tonight. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow night. We are back with the Thunderstruck series. So you're not going to want to miss that. If you want more short track action, some more street stocks, check out the Thunderstruck series tomorrow night, Monday night at 9 p.m. Of course, we have our truck doubleheader on Tuesday night, Xfinity Series on Wednesday night, Thunderstruck coming back on Thursday night, and of course here, the INSS Street Stock Series here on Intensity Broadcasting on Sunday nights. That's going to do it for us here tonight. Don't forget to hit that like button, follow, and subscribe. And of course, as our boy Atlee, Atman Weiss would say,